Hey, what is up everyone? I hope you're having a great day so far. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best default setups you can use in any rank, whether you're a champion or a copper. And on the Oregon map eating bomb site, it's the middle bomb site that probably you guys don't like going because it's so big that you might not really know how to play it. I'm going to show you guys how you guys can make it really easy, and these strats will help you rank up a lot faster. If you're new to my channel, I would appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into the anchor side. So if you're someone that likes sitting on site, you like to basically let the enemies come to you, then you can choose someone with wall denial such as Cade, Bandit, or Mute, or you can go someone with you can sit in site with like a Maestro or Echo. You can sit in her cams, Aruni, Belusi, whatever you can to basically help you hold down the site a little bit better, and you can go really creative with it. We're gonna start out with Mute. I'm going to show how you guys can play sight with Mute and all the necessary holes and setup you need to do make it more comfortable for you. Now, I know in meeting, it's like, oh, what if they open up that wall, this wall? What if they walk into sight, they rush? Relax, don't overthink it. Let's start out with a nice rotate in between kitchen and meeting. That was a very sloppy rotate, but don't mind that. Next one is we're going to make a security rotate. Now, be careful, make sure your solo queue teammates don't reinforce these walls, because if you reinforce these walls, it's okay, but it's not okay if you do these ones, because this is basically in between sites. But make these holes, that way you're able to basically combine both bomb sites into one big one where you can access it to. So make these two rotates, open up the freezer hatch, and then it's optional to make head holes right here, but you can also make a rotate in case you want to come here too. Make holes below the big window like this. So basically, even if you're in sight, you can still help out people. You can watch big window from below, and we want to reinforce off this dining single always. That way, attackers can get an easy angle to here. We're gonna go ahead and use one of our mute jammers on this wall. The second one we're going to be using is also reinforce these split walls right here. And I'm just going to be showing you guys all the walls you can get in sight, but you don't have to get all of these by yourself. Ask a teammate to split them up with you, and if your teammates in solo queue, they reinforce the wrong wall, don't worry about it. You can't control what they do. Just focus on what you can control. Tell in game chat, hey, don't reinforce that wall, something like that. So I just put a mute jammer right there. And I don't recommend you put a mute jammer in this wall, because this wall doesn't really get opened up as much. But this one, people like to open this wall and just go for a plant right here. But the next one is we're going to open up both hatches. The reason we want to open up this hatch is in case we can actually throw a C4 at a planter if they're planting at this desk right here. Or this hatch is basically in case you need to like apply pressure up top. But be careful, this hatch can work both ways. You want to also reinforce these stage walls right here. These stage walls are really important to reinforce. It's really obvious because, it literally leaves right out of sight. A mute jammer is really strong on this run right here. And the last mute jammer I would recommend is at this green double door. You could do this one. You could also do this one over here. This basically just, it's just extra pressure, so that way they can't, get too much information on site. But the third one, you can put it anywhere you want, your preference. Now, after that, well, holes. So I made security rotate, all those holes. You can make all this by yourself. All these holes by yourself, still have time to spare. Just remember the reinforcements, you can do whatever you want with them. Now, next, where are you supposed to play? The round started. Okay, you have a good setup. How are you supposed to play now? Also, don't forget to open up this kid's hatch in case your teammates from above need to come down to site. Where would you play? So there's actually a few different ways you can play this bomb site as an anchor. Number one, you can, as the mute or anybody, you can start out playing at this green double door. And then a lot of enemies are going to try to open up tower. So being early contention point, keeping the pressure on them. Shoot a drone or two. That way you kind of, you just slowly start declining their push. So then just keep backing up. Like I said, if you have a trap or a maestro, you can, have more pressure on this doorway. Second, and then, as they get this wall up, if they don't get this wall up, you can basically play anywhere you want in meeting, and according to their push, check the default cams, give calls to your teammates. This is basically what you want to do. Like, oh, they're pushing shower side, so you would position yourself to that shower push. Oh, they're pushing vertical. Okay, it's okay. I can watch your big window from below. I could walk upstairs, you know. I could, you know, it's really depending on where they're pushing. Just be careful with the hatches. Oh, they're pushing main lobby side. They're rushing the main lobby double. Play close to the shotgun in here. Boom, free kill. Boom, free kill. Free kill. Okay. On a meeting site like this, in a lot of ranks, people can really just rush site and have really uncoordinated attacks. Expect that. When you expect that, it's the defense is gonna become under your control because you're the one being creative about it. Now next, let's say they're, you know, pushing the security side, right? You can play inside the security with close to the shotgun like this. And remember, you're an anchor. You don't have to always be in sight. As long as they don't enter sight, that's okay. You could even go freezer stairs, the shotgun like this, bait them into going security. Boom, free kill. Let's say, you know, they're on white. You can really abuse the close corners. That's why I picked Mute. It's because he's a good wall denial. He can do things by himself. And with a shotgun, you know, a lot of close range fights. You can basically kill anybody in 1-2 shots. But, you know, use your C4 for possible plant denials. Don't C4 like, you know, obviously don't do that, but you kind of get the gist of it. The only thing I would say as an anchor in meeting is always be ready for anybody to come at any door. Expect rushes at the beginning. That way you're not caught off guard because you might find yourself a free kill. 3, use, like I said, use the default cams and position yourself accordingly. Whatever default cam they shoot, go play towards that. This way you keep your gun up in the right spot. And then lastly, play the close corners, especially if you have a shotgun. You know, if you really just start swinging these angles, you'll be more confident and you'll be able to find a lot more kills than you expect. And just because you're anchored does not mean there's literally a red line you can't cross. You can go out of sight if you want to. You can go main lobby. You can do whatever you want. As long as you're just making sure nobody's planting or entering sight, you are okay. That is it for my anchor setup. I want to show you guys the roam setup and what you guys can do now. All right, next, if you're a roamer, what operator are you thinking of playing? You can play anybody you want because this is Rainbow Six, bro. You can play whoever you want, but I would recommend someone fast and someone that you can move around with quickly. Now, I would recommend Alibi, Valkyrie, Ella, Vigil, Mozzie. You can go on to anyone. But for example, just for now, I'm going to give you guys the gist with Alibi. The reason I would go Alibi is because she has a 1.5 scope, good weapon, good speed, shield, bailiff. She's a very dynamic operator. So, like I said at the beginning, you know, you can help your teammates with rotates. I know in solo queue, people don't make the best rotates, but you can do the best that you can. One thing I learned in solo queue is that you don't have control over anything your teammates do. So if they do something really out of pocket, you know, you won't be surprised. And it's a lot better for you to only focus on what you can control rather than trying to be stressed over someone else's actions because that's not your responsibility. So if you help make a few rotates here and there, maybe grab a few walls, but leave that to the anchors. And we're actually going to be playing the second floor. Here. Use one reinforcement if you can on this big window wall right here. That way you can't get wall banged from big window too often. And then if you have another extra wall, you want to take 2 reinforcements with you and reinforce the attic walls. The reason why you want to do the attic walls is in case you want to play the hatch safely. Now just be careful of Maverick or anybody opening this, but this kind of forces them to open up this wall for you. And if you can stay up here without them opening this up, you have a very powerful angle into sight. Now, where would you put your prismas? I would recommend you put them in very common spots. Meeting is a very open site, especially if you're roaming. So what I like to do is, you know, put one top white like this. In case someone starts crouching up here, they see someone and they might shoot it. Another one you can do is also like this dining table right here. You can put it like this. You know, they have to shoot it. Either they shoot it or, you know, it kind of just throws the enemy off. The last one you can probably do is freezer stairs like this. In case anybody's creeping up free stairs, they might accidentally shoot it. Or maybe they, you know, can fool someone with that. Where you can put your shield. You can put your shield on site if you want to. You could put it facing towards, like, you know, green door, dining like this. You could put it facing stage. Anywhere you want. But if you want to use it upstairs, that's okay. Just put your shield anywhere you want. This is a very open map. It doesn't matter too much. But Your main objective is to grab the walls that, you know, are really far off sight, like these walls, master walls, you know, whatever you want. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable. And you can make a rotate right here. That way you can enter, go into kids, go back, you know, fall back to the hatch. Make sure this hatch is open most of the time, unless your team says anything. But with this hatch being open and that hatch being open, you have a staircase. You have a lot of ways back into site without having to, you know, ditch your teammates on site, basically. But your main idea is to collect as many drones as you can, preferably 2 to 3, coming from master, big window, white. You know, like I said, check the default cams, see where they're spawning in from, you know, and then you kind of adjust from there. But the way I see it, if they want to enter meeting, they have to put their back to a lot of different angles. So you could go down main stairs. You're guaranteed to find at least 1 or 2 people just playing by themselves over here. You know, you can go down white stairs. You can play the kids hatch, attic hatch. This whole second floor becomes your playground. So just have fun, frag out with this kind of style. And if you even want to, put the shield right here. This way you can actually stop them from getting the hatch, and it kind of adds more pressure to it. But some things you can take away from the roam is that 1, you want to try to grab some walls that are a little far off sight. 2, help out with some rotates. You know, if your teammates are too busy reinforcing, help them out with it. 3, try to collect as many drones as you can. And if they're not droning, then they're blind to the millions of angles that you could expose themselves to. So try to have control of the second floor. This will kind of eliminate the, you know, the areas that the enemies could be. And it will make you a lot more comfortable to defend the bomb site. Because a bird's eye view of the bomb site is always better too. Just remember, don't be roaming around, you know, this area if they're like hitting tower, right? Like this, because, you know, you don't want to be in an area where, you know, they don't have to deal with you and you're basically useless. As long as you're reacting to where they're pushing and acting accordingly, being close, that's all that really matters. You can come back to site and basically become another defender, but that's the roam and the anchor, and that's how you guys can defend meeting a lot better. Now, I want you guys to comment down your rank below, and I want to see, you know, what you guys struggle with on this bomb site or what you're doing well. If you guys want to use anything I used, I explained in this video, by all means, let me know if it worked out for you. I appreciate you guys for watching my videos. I really enjoy making these, and I hope that you can win a lot more rank games. And also let me know if you want me to make a defending or attacking setup on any bomb site. I will be glad to make them, because I'm going to make them eventually. But if you want something made sooner, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest of your day.